Welcome back, everyone. Paul Chamberlain, the Air Force guy, here with Everything RVs podcast. Now, my sponsor for this podcast has been for the last few months, I'll tell you, and I'm happy about this, is Extreme Heaters. And boy, I have they come to the rescue of many of my listeners out there. And it could help you too if you are struggling to keep your pipes from freezing here in this winter. It's playing havoc out there to a lot of people. So check them out. I'll have the link below along with a discount code good till the end of this month. And they normally don't give discounts, but use the Air Force guy and you will get their discount. And I'll tell you, I was turned on to them by a customer of mine who was camping up in upstate New York last year. Unfortunately, he lost his camper to a flood, bought the same one through me this shortly after that, and turned me on to this. And he explained to me how well it worked and how much LP he saved once he went ahead and used the skirting, using cinder blocks and taped it against his, and put one of these underneath. And he was amazed at saving 50% LP is what he was telling me. Now, he was supplementing his heat with an electric heater as well. But boy, I'll tell you, to cut that much propane out of the equation is a big savings in itself. So check them out. Look at their reviews. Do your homework. They've been around since 2004. They started in the boating industry, and they have moved over to RVs as well about 3 years ago. RVs make up 50% of their business now, and they're made right here in the U.S. So I do appreciate all those that check out my sponsor. But today, we're going to talk to you about RV shows. You know, and there's always this thing, you know, who has the largest RV show and everything. And I wanted to kind of break it down for you because there is a RV show up north. I say north, it's up in Pennsylvania that claims to be the largest RV show in America. And all they did was they trademarked it. And I'm going to go through the numbers and then you tell me what you think. But then I get a surprise as far as the largest RV show, as far as attendance, which is going to surprise the heck out of everybody, I think. So let's compare the two. And I'm going to be using some older numbers, but they're pretty much the same across the board when you're looking at this. So let's start with, you know, when are these RV shows? Well, so the Tampa RV show is January every year. And I'm talking about the big Tampa show, not the one in the summer. So the one in January, this year it's the 15th through the 19th. Hershey shows is September. This year it's going to be the 10th through the 14th. So let's just kind of give you an idea of what we're talking about as far as how big they are. And I don't care which one you go to, you better put your walking shoes on or you better rent one of those little scooters, because I'll tell you, you're going to get your exercise. You're going to get your steps in for the day. That's for sure. I highly recommend, regardless of which one you go to, that you buy their multi-day pass, because you cannot, there is no way that you can see the amount of RVs, unless you're going there for a specific RV. There is no way that you're going to take advantage of seeing everything in one day. Maybe two or three, if that. You know, it just depends how fast you walk, how quickly you're walking through things. So a lot of variables with that. So the Tampa RV show is over 26 acres versus the Hershey show. And it depends on who you're talking, who talks about it. It's either 30 or it's 33 football fields. Well, so that's somewhere between 23 to 25 acres. So it is a little bit smaller in space. Now, because it has smaller space, obviously they're going to have less RVs, right? Tampa typically has over 1,500 RVs, whereas at the Hershey show, they're going to have roughly somewhere between 1,300 to 1,500, depending on the given year. But where the biggest difference is this, couple things. One, the booth vendors. The Hershey show has roughly 200 booth vendors at their RV show. The Tampa show doubles that by over 400 booth vendors. Of course, they got more indoor space as well. So hence the thing. Now, let's talk about, so we've talked about how big the places are. I think, and I've been to the different ones. I can tell you, I think the Tampa show, as far as from the time that you park to the time that you get inside, I think is a lot easier to navigate than it is for the Hershey show. The Hershey show, you really have to have, they have buses and different things that come get you. They might have people on golf carts, or you're walking a whole heck of a long way to get into the Hershey show. Tampa show, I think, is a lot easier, personally. Tell me what you think as far as what that's concerning. Now let's talk attendance, and stay tuned because I've got a surprise as far as attendance, because it's going to shock you here. Now, when we're looking at the Hershey show, their biggest year was in 2021. They had over 61,000. It was, somebody actually put down an actual number, 61,320. That was their best year ever. In 2024, it was down at 47,879. Now let's compare that to the amount of attendees that go to the Tampa show. And by the way, the Hershey show, their hours are like from 9 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. The Tampa show is from 9 in the morning until 6 o'clock. So the Hershey show is putting, in the 4 days that they're open till 8, there's an extra time, right? Then at the Tampa show, and the Tampa show still almost doubles. I say almost doubles, but they do a heck of a lot better. In their best year was in 2022 with 84,000 in 2022. In 2023, they had around 79,000. And in 2024, they had just over 75,000. So kind of gives you an idea of what we're talking about. But here's the shocker. What RV show across the country has the most RVers attend the RV show? Anybody have a guess? Because the thing is about this RV show, it has about 200 vendors. It's an all outside event. I mean, they put up tents, for things. Whereas, you go to Hershey, they got a building. Same thing in Tampa. They've got a bunch of buildings that they have things in. But Quartzsite has the largest amount of attendees. And they're boasting from 750,000 to 1 million RVers that attend that particular RV show. Now, when is that one? That one is January this year. It's January 18th through the 26th. So, they have a lot of BLM land that people camp at. So they're doing a lot of dry camping out there. I hear it's a blast to go to one of those. But I could tell you, the nice thing about going to a Hershey show or a Tampa show, regardless of which one's the biggest, is the fact it gives you the ability to see pretty much every manufacturer, even ones that aren't represented by dealers, as well as they have some pretty cool things. I think, and Hershey does a pretty good thing too, but I like the entertainment there at Tampa. Their entertainment, I really get into it. They do a phenomenal job. They put a lot of effort into it. They had to stop. They had a tram that used to drive around, and give you a lift and you can get on and off as you wish. They had to cut that out. I think it was 2022. It hit somebody, everybody walking around on their phones, not paying attention. Well, somebody got hit. And so now that was taken away. So now there's more. I think there's more of those little scooters that are available for people to get around that need to use that. But I tell you, the Tampa show, by far, in my opinion, is a much better show to go to. I mean, the weather's nicer. The area is a blast to go ahead and hang out after the show as well. I mean, the nightlife around that area in the Tampa Bay area, lots to do. St. Pete isn't far from it. You've got there's all kinds of things you could do down there. And I was down in that area. So let me know what show you like. Have you been to one? Have you been to Quartzsite? Because, I know some people that have, and it's a pretty interesting thing. But listen, stay tuned, because Monday I won't be having a podcast, because I'm actually going to be there at the Tampa RV show, just rubbing elbows with other content creators. But I will be there Tuesday and Wednesday, kind of catch up with some people, and I need to shoot a ton of video. because there's so much I need to bring to you all. So I appreciate everyone that listens, lends me your ear. And remember, this podcast is all about bringing you the information you need so that you can go out and make memories that last a lifetime. So thanks again, and be sure to check out my sponsor, Extreme Heaters. And I'll be back at you again next Friday with maybe a follow-up to what transpired. I might even have a special guest trying to line up all kinds of people for this podcast. If you have a recommendation for a topic, for somebody you think I should interview for this podcast, let me know down in the comments. Shoot me an email, contact information, all that stuff's below. But again, thanks much for lending me your ear, and we'll be back at you again next week. So take care.